Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share with you something that is radically changing the way we understand and transform business organizations. Imagine for a moment that you are a doctor. A patient arrives with 15 years of medical history scattered across 6,300 different files. Blood tests here, x-rays there, medical reports and folders that don't talk to each other. The patient is seriously ill, but no one can see the complete picture. Does this situation sound familiar in your companies? This is exactly what happens in most organizations today. You have data in the ERP or CRM, reports in Excel, conversations in Teams, documents in shared folders. And in the end, as that CEO I met a few weeks ago said, "I have data, I have reports, but I still don't know what's really going wrong or where to start." What if I told you that today, we can turn that information chaos into absolute strategic clarity in just 72 hours? Not in weeks, not in months, in 72 hours. This isn't science fiction. This is the process we're going to unravel today. Every business transformation process begins with a conversation. But it's not just a coffee chat. It's what we call the strategic compass. For years, I've seen consultants arrive at companies with their matrices and frameworks, gather information for weeks, and ultimately deliver a report that sits gathering dust on a shelf. Why? Because they never asked the CEO what was really keeping them up at night. The 4 questions that change everything are: first, what is the problem that keeps you up at night the most, and why? Not the symptom, not today's headache. The real problem that's keeping you up at 3 a.m. Second, what opportunity are you missing that frustrates you the most? Because in a crisis, there are opportunities, but only if you know exactly where to look. Third, if we were to change just 3 things in 90 days, what would they be and in what order? We're talking about quick wins here, quick victories that generate confidence and momentum. Fourth, how would you know the intervention is working? Because what isn't measured isn't improved. These answers become what we call the master prompt. It's like the DNA of the transformation. Everything we do afterward will be guided by these answers. It's not a blind vacuum cleaner collecting data. It's a team of digital specialists working with purpose. Let me share a real-life case. The CEO of an industrial company told me, "We lose important bids because our lead times are longer than the competition." He suffered every month watching potential clients choose the competition by mere days. The IMIA system was activated automatically. How? By prioritizing end-to-end process analysis agents. We didn't start with the financial numbers or marketing. We started with the actual workflow from the moment an order arrives until it is delivered. Specialized agents focused on detecting hidden bottlenecks. They analyzed information flows between departments. Do you know what they found? It took the design department 3 days to validate changes that the competition validated in 4 hours. Emails between production and logistics were getting lost in the inboxes of 47 different people. The 60-day maximum goal the CEO established during our initial conversation became the time frame for everything that followed. Every analysis, every recommendation, every action was aligned with this strategic objective. Now comes the magic. How do we process 6,300 files in record time with what we call the smart vacuum cleaner? But it's not a blind vacuum cleaner. It's a coordinated team of specialized agents. Document agents are like digital archaeologists. They process PDFs, Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, presentations, technical drawings, and external audits. But they don't just read them. They understand the context. They detect that a 2019 quality report is related to a 2023 customer complaint. They see connections that humans would miss amid so much data and files. Systems integration is where many fail. We connect directly to your ERP, CRM, CMMS, payroll, and HR systems. What does this mean? We're not working with outdated data. We're seeing your business in real time, with all its complexities. But here comes the revolutionary part: communications agents. They analyze corporate emails, Teams conversations, meeting minutes. Why? Because 80% of a company's critical knowledge is never formalized in documents. It's in hallway conversations, in phone comments, in meetings that no one documents. Imagine having access to all that tacit knowledge. It's like going from watching a play to having backstage access. Suddenly, you understand why things really fail. Let me share some numbers that left this CEO speechless. While traditional consulting firms require 6-8 weeks for a partial analysis, we processed 6,300 complete files in different formats in 72 hours. What did we find in this seemingly impossible chaos? 23 critical inconsistencies between systems that generated erroneous decisions. Every month, the finance team made decisions based on data that didn't match the production data. It was like driving with the GPS saying one thing and the map another. Outdated documents that caused operational confusion. Imagine operators working with procedure manuals from 2018 when processes changed in 2021. Each mistake cost money, time, and clients. 12 critical information gaps. Information that simply didn't exist, but was essential for decision-making. In 5 days, we filled those gaps. How? By identifying who in the organization had that knowledge and systematically extracting it. The result was spectacular. The complete analysis revealed hidden connections between departments, processes, and systems that had never been identified before. From day 4, management was able to initiate corrective actions prioritized by ROI, measurable results from the first week. Processing information is just the beginning. The real art lies in turning data into intelligence. This is what we call advanced processing intelligence. Imagine you're an ER physician. 50 patients arrive simultaneously. Where do you start? With triage. You classify by severity, by order of care, by specialty required. We do exactly the same thing with your business information. Strategic triage isn't about alphabetizing documents. It's about prioritizing by strategic relevance according to the priorities the CEO defined in our first conversation. Remember those 3 things that would change in 90 days? There are our triage criteria. Automatic taxonomies are like creating the perfect filing system, but one that updates itself. Critical documents for process optimization are automatically grouped. Key information for profitability analysis is identified and tagged. Evidence of recurring, unresolved issues is highlighted. But Gap Detector is where AI really shines. It automatically identifies what information is missing for a complete, holistic analysis. It doesn't just say, something is missing. It tells you exactly what's missing, who in the organization likely has it, and how to get it. It's like having a GPS that not only tells you where you are, but also what paths remain to be explored. Now comes what truly differentiates IMIA from any other solution. While a traditional interim management system, no matter how brilliant, sees your company from its unique perspective, we deploy 6 specialists working simultaneously. It's like having access to an entire team of digital medical specialists, each expert in their field, working in coordination. The deep financial analyst doesn't just look at your margins. It detects hidden margins, real profitability, and value leaks that had never been identified. It finds that you're losing money on products you thought were profitable and making money on others you considered loss-making. The process evaluator maps end-to-end flows. It doesn't limit itself to documented processes. It follows reality, how an order actually travels from sales to delivery. It detects hidden bottlenecks that slow down your entire system. The talent specialist analyzes the real impact of the work environment on productivity. They map knowledge networks. Who really knows what? Who influences whom? Where the information silos are? Competitive benchmarking compares your company multidimensionally with the industry. Not just financial ratios. Processes, structures, culture. We know where you are below average and where you can lead. The historical memory analyst identifies recurring patterns. Why the same initiatives fail every 2 years. What lessons have not been learned. What mistakes are systematically repeated. The risk assessor identifies risks that cross multiple dimensions. Not just financial or operational risks. Risks that arise from the intersection of culture and processes, history and strategy, people and systems. But here's the revolutionary differentiator: multidimensional cross-analysis. For the first time, we see concretely how one thing affects another, how the culture of your sales department impacts production efficiency, how a poorly designed accounting process in 2015 is causing customer losses in 2024, connections that had never been identified before. In 72 hours, you get what would traditionally take months: a massive historical processing that converts 15 years of dispersed information into structured knowledge, a complete map of your business knowledge with detection of critical inconsistencies, a multidimensional cross-analysis that reveals hidden connections, a 360-degree diagnosis with prioritization of solutions based on real ROI. We're not talking about just another report added to your reporting stack. We're talking about a turning point in how you understand and manage your organization, from having data to having business intelligence, from making decisions based on intuition to making decisions based on evidence backed by data from different sources. The question isn't whether you can afford this analysis. The question is, can you afford not to? How much is blind decision-making costing your organization? How many opportunities are you missing by not seeing the whole picture? How much time are you wasting solving problems that could have been prevented? I invite you to take the next step, not with a larger commitment, but with a free evaluation of your data. No obligation analysis with an estimate of hidden insights and potential ROI, because in business, as in medicine, an accurate diagnosis is half the cure. To make it even easier, you can connect with me directly through LinkedIn. On the screen, you'll see a QR code that will take you directly to my profile. Just scan it, and in no time, we'll be connected to begin the 72-hour countdown. Are you ready for your business X-ray? Because the future belongs to those who see first, understand faster, and act intelligently. And that future can start right now. Thank you all for watching this video.